All right, hey guys, what's going on? It's that home theater dude. Got a brand new episode for you today. If you guys were watching my last video, basically what I did is I showed you guys an unboxing and an overview of a preamp processor. It's 16 channels capable, expandable up to 28 channels. And if you have a preamp processor, or if you have a, or if you have separates, is what's called in the actual AV community. Basically what that means is an AVR, which is going to be like a Denon or a Marantz. Usually those are going to have your processing, your preamp processor, and your actual amplifier all in one contained unit. So just going to be one box. If you do separates, you're going to have two different boxes or two different components to actually deal with. So I did that unboxing and overview of the processor, and these are the amplifiers that's going to go on with that processor. Since it has no internal power whatsoever, it basically just sends the signal to these guys, and these guys send a signal out to your speakers. So some of you guys are caught up to just the overall concept of separates and whatnot, but some of you guys just don't necessarily know what it is. So I just wanted to go ahead and explain that now, because there's not a lot of actually people out there explaining what this stuff is. So right here we have the Parasound a51, and this is the Parasound a52 Plus. So what these are both 5-channel amplifiers. This one is a little older, this one's a little newer. So there's going to be, comparison, contrast in between these two. This one has 250 watts a channel at 8 ohms. This one has 180 watts a channel at 8 ohms. So basically the reason behind this is because everyone always focuses on the brand new tech. I mean, everyone always wants the brand new stuff, and they want to review it and they want to buy it, they want to talk about it. But I mean, there's always some older stuff that is just plenty good, and some people just don't necessarily give it its actual time in the sun to explain the benefits of actually going with this one. I really like this one. It's really appealing because it's basically an expanded version of the A31 that I just reviewed for you guys. That one was 3 channels, basically the front stage, 250 watts times 3. This is 250 watts times 5. So that's basically just a really concise type of reason why I wanted to do this. And I'm going to be showing you guys the unboxing, the overview, the specs, and it's not going to just be limited just to this video. So I'm going to actually be doing a video series on how to get these things hooked up, what they sound like, what do I think about them, and just the entire setup that's changing right now, guys. There's going to be a lot of content coming out very, very shortly. So I'm really excited about actually getting these things unboxed. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to do a time lapse, and I'll do it right after the intro. All right, so let's go ahead and see what you get in the box. So over here we have the Parasound a51, and this one has basically the warranty information and the owner's manual. And then you also get a box of goodies. So included in the box, you get some hardware. This is for the rack mount. Also, you have some, these look like banana plugs, and they're color coordinated as well. Nice power cord. You have 2 triggers included in here, so you can actually work this with different devices. And then also included, which is really cool, which is what I'm going to be using this as, is I'm going to be rack mounting these. So these are the equipment that you need to actually rack mount this unit. And be careful, guys, whenever you get this thing delivered. This is 91 pounds, the older model, the A51. This one is, I think, 63 pounds. So make sure you're ordering it from a reputable source, because the shipping company may not be as nice to your very expensive products than you would think that they should be. So just keep that in mind. Another thing I will say is make sure you get a lifting buddy or something, or maybe start working out a little more if you want to actually lift these things up and get them installed. So just real quick, looking at this one versus my A31 that I just had. Dang, this is impressive. So the differences are already notable. So I was already taken aback about all of the heat sinks on the side of here. So on the A31, they're both on the sides, very thick, very sturdy, and apparently this one has them on the back as well. So those extra 2 channels actually require a little more heat dispersion. So 250 watts a channel is no joke, especially whenever you're dealing with something of this caliber. So let's go ahead and talk about what's in the A51 or A52 Plus. Same thing, you get the warranty card. Make sure you order this from a reputable source. There's some people that try to resell these things online, man, and if you're gonna be paying the big bucks with this stuff, make sure that you're not playing games and you're actually getting it from a reputable source. You got your owner's manual in the box. This is a little more simplified. You just have a power cord, very simple. It's actually a pretty beefy power cord as compared to a lot of the other amplifiers. If I would show you right now, but I'm still using my Outlaws because they're still hooked up. But the difference in size of the power cord is notable. And I noticed that whenever I was boxing up the 31. But this one's actually really thick and those are actually very thin. So, I mean, the difference in wattage per channel, this is 180 watts, that one is 200 watts. Those are monoblocks. So, I mean, it's just apples to oranges, man. It's just a little observation that I made. Just take it as you would. And you also get a trigger cable. So this one is notably lighter than its older brother. So just a pro tip, if you're gonna be taking this thing apart or unboxing this thing, I'd recommend doing this from the front because it seems like a lot of the weight is faced more in the nose. So I will say the differences in between these two, dang, that's very impressive. So I will say the differences in between these two is this one is rack mountable, this one is not. I would venture to say that this one is just not even an option. So I would probably say that since this is a 3U size and this is a 4U size, I'd probably say use the ears for this one, or maybe even a 4U type of rack mount tray. And with this one, I would use a 3U rack mount tray. So I have some of those available, so whenever I actually get this thing installed in my AV rack, it's not gonna be a problem. So let's look at the front real quick.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start by talking about the Parasound a52 Plus. This is that 5-channel amplifier like I was talking about. All channels driven, it's going to be 180 watts at 8 ohms and 225 watts at 4 ohms. You just want to do a stereo type of operation. 2-channel output, it's going to be 225 at 8 and also 350 at 4. So once you get out of the box, you can actually really appreciate the styling on this thing. The black with the gold trim is just a really nice touch. Has that nice brushed aluminum type of face as well. So on the back, you're going to have a couple of simple connections. You have your balanced XLR inputs, and you also have unbalanced RCA coaxial type inputs as well. So just to reiterate, the top is going to be all your inputs, and then the bottom of the unit is going to be your outputs going to your speakers. It's a very nice, rugged, sturdy construction. Those handles are actually going to make a lot more sense once you actually get it out of the box, moving it and handling it. And depending on which connection you're going to be using, you have to select the proper switch. You have a couple different ways of using this unit. You can have it auto sensing to where it turns on. You can adjust the sensitivity, or you can actually have it to where you use 12-volt triggers, which is going to be a wired connection. That's going to actually, once one unit turns on, it'll turn on another unit. And as always, you have your switch on the back, and then your power cord input. So that was a quick overview of the Parasound a52 Plus. Now let's go ahead and start talking about the Parasound a51 amplifier. Really enjoyed this one, and basically what it is the big brother of the Parasound a31. I reviewed that one earlier, and this one has that THX Ultra 2 certification. It shares a lot of the same styling as the a52 Plus, just doesn't have those gold accents. On the back, you're going to have your balanced XLR inputs, and then you have a switch up top, and you have your unbalanced inputs as well. So down here at the bottom, this little switch is a little redundant, I think, but if you're using unbalanced inputs, then you're going to have it as lift. If you're using balanced inputs, then you're going to have it as ground. And then down at the bottom, you're going to have your choice of actually how this unit turns on. Going over to the speaker side, these are going to be your speaker outputs. They're color coordinated, which is actually kind of cool. You're going to have your power cable input and then your fuse. So depending on your needs, these 5 channels can be either 250 watts at 8 ohms or 400 watts at 4 ohms.
All right, well, I'm gonna go in this video here. This was the unboxing of the Parasound a51 and the Parasound a52 Plus. It's been a lot of fun actually getting to this point right now, but this is just the beginning of the journey. I actually have to go ahead and get these things mounted. I have to go get them hooked up. I have to do all the wiring. I basically have to get the preamp processor set up, and if you guys were paying attention, there's something over in the corner. So if you guys haven't paid attention to this actual video, make sure you guys actually check out that corner because there's a lot of stuff actually coming. So really excited to get this stuff done for you guys, and just stay tuned to the channel. If you guys want links to any of this stuff, just go ahead and hit me down in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, favorite, share, and subscribe, and I'll go ahead and catch you guys in the next episode.